September 4th, 1999, Buynaksk, Dagestan. It was just after midnight when the ground trembled beneath a small military housing complex. Windows shattered. Mothers screamed. A blast of fire tore through the night, lighting up the dark sky like a sunrise from hell. Major Ivan Pavlov, a retired soldier, rushed barefoot through the smoke to find his family. The air reeked of dust and fuel. What he saw would haunt him forever. Half the building was gone. His wife's shawl hung from the debris, burned and blackened. Within days, another explosion shook Moscow. Then another, and another. The death toll rose into the hundreds. Families slept in stairwells and basements, afraid their own homes would be next. Television anchors spoke in trembling voices. "We are under attack." The word terrorism filled every conversation. Across Russia, soldiers were mobilized. The new Prime Minister, Vladimir Putin, appeared on TV, promising vengeance. His voice was calm but icy. "We will pursue the terrorists everywhere. If we find them in the toilet, we will wipe them out in the outhouse." The people cheered. Fear had found its leader. September 26, 1999, in the small city of Ryazan, an ordinary man named Oleg noticed strangers unloading sacks into his building's basement at night. Something felt off. He called the police. A bomb squad arrived and discovered sacks of white powder wired to a detonator and timer set for early morning. The word spread fast. Another bombing had been stopped just in time. Panic turned to outrage. But by the next day, the Federal Security Service, FSB, declared it was not a bomb at all, only a training exercise. The people were stunned. How could sacks of hexagen explosives, military-grade detonators, and a timer be part of a drill? Oleg knew what he saw, and so did the local police chief, who soon stopped giving interviews. Funerals filled the cities. Coffins lined up in school gymnasiums. Putin's approval ratings soared as he launched a new war in Chechnya, blaming the bombings on Chechen terrorists. But in the corners of Moscow cafes, whispers grew louder. Some journalists, like Anna Politkovskaya and Alexander Litvinenko, began to question the official story. Litvinenko, a former FSB officer, went public with a stunning claim. The bombings were orchestrated by our own government to justify war and bring Putin to power. It sounded insane until those who questioned it began to die. Years later, Litvinenko was poisoned in London with radioactive polonium. Others who spoke out vanished, jailed, or silenced. The official narrative never changed. Chechen terrorists were blamed, cases were closed, and the Russian state moved on. Yet for the families who lost everything, closure never came. Every anniversary, they still light candles outside the ruins of their homes. Some believe they were victims of foreign terror. Others believe they were pawns in a deadly game of power. A young journalist named Katya uncovered classified tapes, recordings of FSB agents discussing test operations in Ryazan. She planned to publish them, but her car was found abandoned near the Oka River. Her laptop missing. In the end, no one could prove the truth. The evidence vanished. The witnesses disappeared. But the fear that swept Russia in 1999 shaped its future forever. Out of the ashes of those bombed apartments rose a new kind of Russia. One built not on democracy, but on the politics of fear. At night, Ivan Pavlov still visits the memorial stone where his wife's name is carved. He lights a candle, watches the flame flicker, and whispers, "I don't know who did it, but I know why they wanted us." The truth lies buried, just like the people who once lived in those buildings. And maybe some truths are too dangerous to ever surface. Like and subscribe for more true crime stories that reveal the dark side of power and human nature.